Hi everyone, Professor Lee here, and today I want to talk about America's #1 wealth killer, which is vehicles. Why do most say that vehicles are America's #1 wealth killer? Well, in this video I'm going to show you how a single vehicle could cost you over $1 million, and I'm talking about opportunity cost. So, a recent Edmunds report came out that a record number of people are paying over $1,000 a month to finance new cars. That isn't the overall cost of a car each month. That's just the cost of the loan on the car. You have gas, maintenance, and other costs, but they're paying $1,000 a month just to finance the car. And here's a map of the U.S., and you can see the percentage of new car buyers in each state that are financing cars over $1,000 a month. It's become a pandemic here in the U.S. with the amount we're paying on cars, and I want to show you in this video how you can avoid spending $1 million on a single car. Okay, so $1,000 a month. Here's this projection tool I've put together for you to use. I want you to go to my website and download it, link in the description below, and you can do these projections for yourself to see how much you could save on not buying a vehicle where you're paying $1,000 a month. So I'm going to do a projection of a single individual, okay, and in the state of Utah, where I am. And let's say they're making $72,000, which is very common for my new grads coming out of accounting, but the median salary in the U.S. is somewhere in there as well, $72,000. Let's look at how much tax are they paying, and I always copy this first column here to copy the baseline values so we can do a comparison. But they're paying $16,000 in tax. I want to show you how much they're paying for a car or the opportunity cost. What if instead of investing $12,000 a month, they put that money into tax-free accounts? Okay, Roth IRA. What if they fully funded their Roth IRA? This is a single individual, so they could put up to $7,000 in a Roth. Okay, my other, actually more favorite account than the Roth IRA is the HSA. Okay, the only account with the triple tax savings. Okay, what if they also put the max that you can for a single plan into their HSA, $4,150. That's for a single individual. Married, you can do $8,300 if you're on a family plan. Okay, so that's the max you can do. So they're not even investing the $12,000 that they're spending on a car. Okay, so we're saying, okay, instead of spending that money, $12,000 a year on a car, $1,000 a month, what if you invested that money starting at age 22? What does that look like? Well, just in tax savings, when you put money in an HSA, you get a tax deduction. So you almost save $1,500 in tax by putting it in an HSA. The Roth, you don't get savings, but it grows tax-free, the tax savings. They saved $11,150, but it only cost them $9,673 because they got the tax savings of that $1,477. Okay, 15% return just on those investments there. What happens if they just leave that amount invested, and they do that for the 5-year loan term that they would have been paying $1,000 a month? What if they leave it invested for just 5 years? Okay, so in my retirement calculator, I'm just saying if they started at 22 and put $929 a month instead of the $1,000 into a car, and they just did it for 5 years. You can see I stopped it the day they turned 27. They stopped investing for the rest of their career. Okay, that's the key. That's why I'm saying one vehicle could cost you $1 million, because you could invest for those 5 years. And what happened in those 5 years? You were 22 when you started. Rather than buying that new truck or new car that was super expensive, and the dealer said you can afford $1,000 a month. No. What if you put that into account, not even putting the full $1,000 into these tax-free accounts? By the time you're 33, you're going to have $100,000 tax-free. Okay. By the time you are 66, you have $1 million of tax-free money, and you only invested for 5 years. The 5 years that you were paying for a car, you put that into tax-free investments, the investments that will grow tax-free. You have $1 million tax-free when you're 66, the cost of that car, and you literally stopped investing for the rest of your career. Obviously, it's not going to be as expensive if you bought that car later on when you're 40 or whatever it is, but why not when you're 22, instead of buying that new vehicle right out of school, why not wait 5 years? Look how much you only had to invest $9,673 a year to get $1 million tax-free when you retire. What if the difference, remember you're paying $12,000 a year, what if you subtract that? Can you find a car that costs you $2,300 a year? Maybe you buy that $10,000 vehicle, drive that for 5 years, and you will have $1 million tax-free when you retire, versus majority of Americans, we want things now. Everyone else is driving a nice car. I want one now. Right when I graduate, I'm making money. I'm going to buy one now. Well, that puts you $1 million behind, because guess how much your car, that $60,000 car you bought, is worth when you're 67? Zero, okay? And the problem in America is we just keep doing the same thing over and over again. You buy the car, instead of doing those investments, 5 years later you get a new car, and you never save for retirement. Average retirement savings, okay? Well, let's look at the median. So half of people in the U.S. that are retirement age, 65 to 74, have less than $200,000. Your retirement is supposed to be 20 years. You're going to live on $10,000 a year in your retirement, okay? Vanguard even says it's lower. They're saying in our data it's 70,000 is the median, okay? You can change your life with little decisions, and most of them involve decreasing the expenses, okay? And look at, there's strategies for tax savings and everything else, but it's behavior change. It's saying, look, I'm going to wait 4 or 5 years until I've saved money that is going to grow to $1 million, and then I'll buy a car. Okay, you can buy that nice car. Just wait a few years. Okay, that's the key to having a tax-free million, and how a car could actually cost you. The opportunity cost is $1 million for one single car. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, okay, where I'm going to be posting videos every week on topics like this. And if you know someone who could use this information to help them become better off financially using tax strategies, feel free to share with them as well. Have a good one, guys.